Man, it sucks that you get attacked with racial slurs just because of your independent thinking skills and your critical thinking skills. I think that sucks, especially when you have what they say white liberals call independent thinking black people racial slurs. But before we dive into that, because this woman handled herself so well, I want y'all to see this clip of Joe Rogan. He goes after Kamala Harris for stealing Trump's no tax on tips idea.
What's really wild is the Babylon Bee had a hilarious little caption. They said, when I get in office, I'm going to change things, says the woman who's in office right now. Because she's in office. Yeah. She's talking about fixing all these things. Like, hey,
from
you're
day one,
literally the vice president.
On day one, I'm going to really do something about the border.
But
says
you
the
are
borders are
essentially the president right now.
Yeah.
This is so f***ing crazy. You'll be the president for 5 more months.
Yeah.
This is so nuts.
But yeah, she's flipped on everything except for plastic straws. She still wants to get rid of those.
Did you see the thing where Trump came out and said that he was going to stop taxes for tips of hospitality workers, and you wouldn't tax them on tips anymore?
Yeah, that was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, and then she came out and said she's going to do it.
Right.
And she's going to stop tips.
As
and everybody cheered as if it was her idea. But here's the problem. In 2022, she was one of the deciding votes to go after people that were not reporting their tips.
Was that on the Inflation Reduction Act or the Green New Deal? I think it was one and the same. Right. She was the tiebreaker.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're going to tax the business instead, which in turn taxes the workers that are there.
But it's hilarious that 2 years later she's acting like this is her idea now.
Yeah.
Like, you had a chance. You could have swung it the other way 2 years ago.
And this is simply what I try to get people to understand. It's like, if somebody's sitting there saying, hey, I'm going to promise you this, I'm going to promise you that, I'm going to promise you this, all you got to do is do this for me, do this favor for me real quick, and I can do all this for you, you know what I'm saying? Whole time, they in a position where they have access to all the resources and everything that they saying they can do for you without you having to do that, you know? It's like, okay, instead of trying to convince me to do that, just, convince me through your actions. Show me with your policy. Show me with you actually putting your feet to the ground and walking your behind to that border and making something happen, border czar. Because I find it really bizarre that you are gonna, day one come and fix anything. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Kamala Harris isn't even campaigning. The Vigilant Fox says the media and big tech are doing the job for her. She's basically hiding in the basement like Biden did in 2020. For sure. We got another video that's coming out a little bit later, though. Her and Tim Walz finally interviewed each other, but essentially they aren't out in the public. They're interviewing each other. Because they know if they do anything less than scripted, this thing is over. I mean, she's not going to remember her lines. Let me just say that. Sometimes I think it's she's partially brain dead, somebody wrote. Like Ron Paul made the same suggestion in 2012 and while campaigning in Nevada. Okay, so they said that it isn't even Trump's idea. Okay, well, I gotta go do some research on that. But in the essence of this campaign, Trump is the one who introduced this idea. Now, a little bit unrelated, but you gonna catch it. I just got a call from somebody claiming that they're waiting on me to call them back to approve my money from some underwriter, and I keep getting the same call from different numbers. What do we call that? Spam. And what sucks even more is knowing that I'm only getting these spam calls and text messages because these big companies can't keep my data safe. I don't know if you know it, but Ticketmaster recently got hacked. Over 500 million users' data was sold on the dark web. This means they got their credit card info, their phone number, their email address, their address, and their full name. And I may not know you personally, but I know for a fact you don't want no fraud to happen. In that case, you'll be happy with the spam. And these big companies ain't doing nothing about it because it hasn't affected them in a way that they feel like they need to do something. Wow, they happy to collect our data, but they ain't trying to protect it. And that's why I use Aura. the sponsor of today's video. Aura alerts me when my data has been breached or leaked on the dark web, and it gives me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use that data to access my credit card or bank accounts. And it removes my information from data broker websites so I get less spam. And they offer tons of features like VPN, like transaction monitoring, like antivirus, password manager, parental controls, and even identity insurance. It is all in one affordable app. So if my info was compromised in that breach that Ticketmaster had, I wouldn't even be tripping, because I know Aura's in the back and they got my back. And they're always on, because I'm not only trying to protect myself, I'm trying to make sure that my family stays protected as well. And I'm not leaving my family vulnerable to any data breaches. And if you don't want to either, please go visit aura.com/kingdomreacts and get your first 2 weeks for free. If you want to get that link without having to type it in yourself, just go to the description, man. I made it readily available for you to click on. This woman, Kamala Harris, how could you believe that she's gonna give you anything when she's trying to take away so much from you? Right here, literally threatening to unilaterally confiscate citizens and businesses' private property.
I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. The question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
Tony said they are everything Trump claimed to be. Definitely. Which is why when I watch their ads now that come on TV, bro, I literally sit back and I'm just like, lie, projection, fear mongering. That's all that they're doing. That's all that they got. That's all like, Then you have the people who just don't care, who just get caught up in the middle in a mix of all this misinformation, disinformation. And because Trump is branded as who he is and is culturally more appropriate to not receive him well, come on, man. Whoa. Come on, man. They're not going to care. Somebody said Kamala Harris' threat to confiscate patents, is a chilling glimpse into her radical agenda. The government taking over intellectual property is a direct assault on innovation and individual rights. Are we really ready to let bureaucrats dictate the future of our economy? Any home. I know I'm not ready, by the way. This woman, I believe this is the same woman whom was introduced at Trump's rally after the assassination attempt. The same woman who met President Trump in Atlanta at the Chick-fil-A when he came and did that visit. This caller called in, man, and pretty much said that she's not black and she's not a part of the community, and she's not going to be accepted into the white community no matter how much she simps. For those who don't know, how much she politically lusts, I guess, after Trump. Let's go and check this. Is that a spider?
They're never going to let you in the club, okay? And you like the movie Django, you are the character of Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know the exact terminology, but not Uncle, but Uncle. Like, you were a complete sellout.
First of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next, it's very interesting that I, again, would be called names or be compared to fictional characters because of who I choose to support. Again, these people who are calling and making these derogatory statements about me, who I choose to support, are denying the fact that, again, who are you to tell me that my personal experience is invalid? I think that that's something that a lot of Democrats need to look within, because how have you tried? Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips, and has not tried to do anything about our failing education system. So everything that she's promising she can do for you on day one, she could do right now, but she's not trying to. So that's something to, for some Dems to take home. So are you telling me that with all the black wealth that exists here in Atlanta, with all the black millionaires that live here in Atlanta, why in the world do 92% of APS students are illiterate? Make it make sense. And we have Democratic mayors, we have Democratic city council members, we have Democratic commissioners, and for whatever reason, 92% of the kids here cannot read. That statistic did not exist in Nevada. So again, I don't know if it was the fact that I got lucky. I can't say that, oh my God, it's the teachers that suck out here. I would never demean our educators here in Atlanta. But what we can acknowledge is the numbers, sir. And so while you want to call me not smart, please tell me what your side has done to fix the illiteracy rate that we see see in our black children? Absolutely nothing. And in fact, not only have they not done anything to address the illiteracy issue, but then they're further confusing their kids by confusing your kids by telling them that men can give birth, by telling them that there's 53 genders, and that by telling them that your love for your best friend must mean that you are gay, you are a pansexual, asexual. Kids under the age of anything high school should not be thinking anything sexual, period. Sexual should not even be in their vocabulary. So for you to say that I'm not smart because I'm willing to call out all of the degeneracy that exists within our current education system only points to your lack of intelligence and your lack of initiative to actually do something in regards to saving our children and saving our schools.
Whew. Sheesh. I feel like I need to be in a corner right now. Seriously, I feel like that woman, look, that woman is fierce. And she didn't even demean him in any kind of way. Excuse me. She didn't try to like call him names or compare him to fictional characters, anything like that. She literally hit that man with nothing but educational facts, bro. Wow. Black conservative women. Woo. Ooh, whoa. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just saying, she went crazy, bro. She went crazy. How was this woman not a governor? How? You know, she laid it out there flat. Let's read some comments. Liberal white women think that they are everyone's savior and they know what's best for them. I thought it was a man. That was a woman. My fault. I'm not even trying to be funny. Somebody said, lady brought titanium strength receipts. Damn, I'm impressed. More, please. Somebody says, I'm gonna put this one on the screen. I want y'all to see this. Somebody said, I'm trans and left the Democrats. They're not happy with me voting Republican, and they make sure they let me know it daily like they do with this woman because she's black. When will Democrats understand that they do not own us? That's how they perceive. That's how they, feel. That's how they treat us. I mean, they come out twerk, throw a little twerk in the face, put a little hot sauce in the purse, you know what I mean? Sing a little rap song with it, get a couple rappers, endorse it, get a couple actors, and you literally pay influencers, and boom, this is what you have. Somebody said we need more intelligent fighters like this woman. This is America. This is epic. This lady lays it out so perfectly. Way to go. Yes. Her vibe is amazing. Beauty and brains. Nothing more racist than I don't want to read that. I want to be in whatever club this young, intelligent woman belongs to. Yeah, let me go and get off of the screen because I'm telling you, boy, the comments is getting crazy. I'm gonna read this last one. I just had a conversation with my son this morning on how it's never okay to judge someone by the color of their skin. He overheard someone using the N-word in public towards someone else. It shouldn't ever be taught nor acceptable, but the Democrats formed the KKK, so no surprise. At the end of the day, this woman knows exactly what's going on. Not only is she fierce, but she also holds herself in high regard by not disrespecting herself or leaning into any of the stereotypes that I assume this woman wanted her to lean into. So kudos to her, man, for not only standing on business, but standing on facts and having the receipts with it. Super sharp.